Woo! We made it to week 5.
Yes, we did. We're at the end. We all did it. Exciting.
So welcome, Spring for Your Health. I am so proud of everybody for sticking with it and powering through. I know this is not easy stuff that we're doing. So thank you for your dedication and your vega. And we've got some fun stuff to go over. We're going to keep this one shorter than last time, I promise.
We will. We feel it. We're good to go today. So
yes.
Just hang in there. And yeah, like Ilse said, celebrate yourselves for making such a beautiful commitment and dedication to yourself and following it through. And let's get going.
Mm-hmm. Let's do it.
All right. So here we go. All right. So we've got Spring for Your Health week 5. And as usual, with Ilse and myself. All right.
So your progress, now is the time that we get to look at our bodies again and be like, well, has anything changed? So I encourage you to, even pull out measuring tape, check your waistline, see how that's looking, and go back to your face, your nails, your hair, your body, and your tongue. So if you don't remember those facial mapping specifics, we're going to go over a few of them today, but you can always hop back onto week 1 and look at those photos and those signs to look for on the face so that you can properly see your progress. So just a quick recap for a few things on facial mapping. What do you notice? I also wanted to bring up, oh, Danny's here. Yay. Hey, Danny. Welcome. Hello. So we were just talking about tracking our progress or seeing our progress with how far we've come. So checking your face, your nails, your hair, your body, see if anything's changed, and doing a little recap on the facial mapping. So yes, oh, and your tongue, forgot about the tongue. Look at that tongue and see what it's telling you. And yes, if you haven't, if you don't remember what we're talking about tongue mapping, go back to week 1 because we've got it all in there.
Hey, Danny, thanks for joining us.
So
right.
The facial map is something that takes more time to adjust to our newfound body as far as what's going on in the body. Facial mapping can give you great cues, but it might take a month or 2 to show up on your face. So this is something that I like to wait a little while to go back to and look at, but now is a good time to start to see some minor changes that may be happening. So check out your crow's feet. Hi, Chris, welcome. Thanks for joining us. So check out your crow's feet again. Your small intestine line is on top, your liver and bladder's in the middle, your heart's on the bottom. And then check out your forehead lines. This is something that I have a lot of those, which means that my spleen and my small intestine are having some struggles. But even through my past month of detoxification, I have noticed these lessen. And remember that when you're checking these lines, you want your face to be completely relaxed. You don't want to be having an expression because we all naturally have lines on our face when we express.
Yes. So another thing to look at is the eyes, and just pointing out again, these dark shadows under the eyes here is a sign of adrenal fatigue. When you have more dark shadows like right here on the inside up against the nose bridge, that's talking about the liver. And then when you have these pouches just under the eye, that's usually a sign that the kidneys aren't filtering and there's a lot of retention in the body. So just little things again to look through on your face as you're finishing up.
Check that progress.
And eyebrows. I just love eyebrows. So here in the middle, again, just recapping, reviewing, when the middle of the eyebrow is missing or thin, it's a sign of liver fatigue. When it's thin on the inside, close to the nose, that's the kidney area. And when it's thinning or missing on the outside, this is thyroid. So lots of stuff that we can share. And I wanted to share my personal photo. So this was me in January, and this is me. I took this photo today.
Oh my God, look at your eyes, Heidi. Look at your eyes.
I know. I was like looking at this and I was really surprised at how different it is. So I wanted to share with you all. So you can see the top of my eyes. This is thyroid. This is a little bit more advanced stuff, but you can like just compare from one side to the other, how puffy I used to be above my eyes, which is thyroids. And then my parathyroid lines have gotten much smaller. My kidney bags, as I like to call them, they're shrinking. I still have some liver and adrenals that need some loving. And also, it's hard to tell in these photos, but my eyebrows have been growing back in. So I have not plucked my eyebrows since I was like 18 years old. I'm in my mid 30s now. And I've been waiting. I can see here in January, 5 months ago, you can really see here, my eyebrows like did not come all the way into my nose. They just, and I don't pluck my eyebrows anymore. I mean, not for like 15 or more years. And here you can see, it's so hard to tell, but it's like, this is all new growth right here. This is all new growth. You can just see it comes in a little bit farther than it used to. And on this side as well, it's not coming in as thick, but you can see I've got a lot of new hair coming in. So this is kidneys. And kidneys is one of the things I've been the weakest on. And this is my body showing me like, look at the kidneys are coming back online. It's crazy. So I just wanted to show like a real one-on-one personal. These are not just photos we pulled off the internet. Like this is my face. Things are happening. So it's pretty cool.
You're an inspiration.
All right. And then like Ilse said, if you want to go through a more detailed walkthrough of the different facial mapping features, we really went through it in detail in our week 1 video that you can find here on YouTube. So just look out for that in our Facebook group, or you can ask Ilse or myself and we'll send you that link again if you need it. But yeah, okay.
Iridology. So we're going to talk about the map of the eye today, and it's really exciting looking at the eye because unlike the face, the eye is more in real time. So you can see changes in your eye, which reflect changes in the body on a day-to-day basis. So the wisdom of the iris, it is a map of all of our body systems, the brain and nervous system, the endocrine, bone and connective tissues. You can see tissue weakness in different areas of the body. You can see different things that are happening in the digestive tract and the GI tract, and the lymphatic stagnation, different levels of lymph, and the reproductive system is on there as well. So the basics of iridology are most concerned with the color of the iris and the organization of its iris fibers, and the saturation of the pigments and the changes that have occurred over time. So the iris is connected to 28,000 nerve endings inside of your body, and it becomes a personalized map to your health, reveals inflammation, exactly where it's located, and what stage it is manifesting into. So the iris can reveal everything, genetic constitution, weaknesses, and overall level of health and lifestyle.
So fascinating. And so one of the things Ilse has been mentioning is the constitution. So this is a drawing that explains a little bit. So we have nice straight fibers that are very close together. This means you have a very strong and resilient constitution, which in the next slide, I'll explain what that means a bit more. As the fibers start to spread out, we're just getting a little bit weaker on the spectrum, but it's still quite strong here. When your eyes look like this is quite strong. It's very rare, especially these days, to see an eye that has a constitution this well organized. We're just exposed to too many chemicals. So if it looks like this, you're doing real well. As the fibers start to spread out even more and start to get wavy and have some more pockets, this is more of a medium, moderate resilience. And then here you can see there's quite a lot of space. There's like even more pockets and billowing and whatnot. And so this is a weak constitution. And I'll show you some examples coming up. So this is a pretty strong constitution. You can see the fibers are really well, really close together. They're kind of wavy, which is a sign of parathyroid weakness, but they are close together. There's not a lot of big pockets. So this would be considered a relatively strong constitution. So what do we mean when we're saying strong constitution? This just means that generally this person will be more resilient to disease and illness. They have a stronger genetic hereditary, so they just have stronger genetics. They generally tend to have a stronger mental and emotional capacity as well. And they just tend to be more enthusiastic. So there is like an emotional component that we can see in the irises as well. And there's lots of other things we can point out in this eye, like all these little white dots, for example, are the lymph nodes that are inflamed, but this is just a taste. So we're gonna move on. This is an eye that is an example of a weak constitution. So here you can see the fibers are really spread out. There's lots of pockets and billowing. It's just not as well threaded together. And so when we're saying a weak constitution, generally this means that it's just a genetically weaker, there's just been more weaknesses inherited, unfortunately. So therefore less resilient to illness and disease, lower energy or stamina, and a decreased ability to process emotions. And these people with weak constitutions tend to suppress their emotions as well. Also, something I do want to mention is that people with stronger constitutions generally will respond faster to detoxing, and people with weaker constitutions, it might take more time to have the results. So just things, this is not hard, fast rules. These are just kind of what is known about this. So don't fret if you see this in your eyes.
Oh, that's me. Sorry. Here we go. So condition of the lymph. So you will see here, we have different levels of lymphatic stagnation. And this usually ranges in 4 different levels: acute, subacute, chronic, and degenerative. So here we have the acute brown eye on the left. And you'll see this is like pretty standard, generally like on the healthier side of the eye, because we all have some lymphatic stagnation in our bodies. And this is a blue acute eye, which again, there could be some lymph to be cleaned up there, but it's not so bad. Coming down to the bottom level here, we have brown subacute to chronic. So it's getting darker. And then we have blue subacute to chronic. So you'll see the blue eye is a lot easier to see these changes in. The brown eyes are a little trickier. But you'll see the browning and yellowing of the eye here in the blue. That means that you have chronic stagnation. And a biliary eye they've actually deemed this a new color. If you have a green eye, sometimes they call that a biliary eye as well. It's right in between the blue and the brown. And there is some controversy about this, but what we have been taught is that there is no other colors of eyes other than blue and brown, sorry. So if you have a green eye or something in between, it actually means that you have a lot of things going on in your eye. And if you clean that up, your eye may become either browner or blue. So that I just wanted to show an example of a biliary eye here, because you'll see it doesn't look like a true brown eye. There's like some light pockets here. There's like, you can see some like kind of green tints underneath. And that's how you kind of tell whether or not you have a biliary eye or a brown eye. And then the more chronic and degenerative as you get, the darker the eye becomes, the darker browns that start showing up in there. If you have a really dark shade of brown and you have a brown eye, that means you do have some lymphatic congestion that needs to be moved around. If you have a blue eye that's green or darker than that, that also shows signs of stagnation in there that need to be cleared up.
I got a quick question.
Yeah.
I had this guy I used to work for had lymphoma, and he had to get whatever, he had like a 1 in a million thing where he was actually able to have a stem cell transplant of his own stem cells.
Oh, wow.
But what he told me was about having stem cell transplants is that if you get a stem cell transplant, say my eyes are blue, and I get a stem cell transplant from somebody who has brown eyes, that your eyes will actually change color to the color of the person who had the stem cells you took on.
Oh, wow. That's
So I
fascinating.
wonder, yeah, I thought so too, but I was wondering, I just thought of this, I know you probably have an answer to it, but I wonder then if that happens, if you are through those stem cells, if you're taking on the person's health or lack thereof, through and being able to see that through your irises.
That's a really good question. And I would say my guesstimation, I really don't know the true answer to it, is that yes, you are taking on some of their genetics, and you're taking on possibly some other things that are going on in their body as well. Yeah, that's super fascinating. I'd love to look into it more. Heidi, do you have any other thoughts on that?
No, that is absolutely fascinating. Thanks for bringing that up. And
Yeah.
I would say my estimation is the same as Ilsa's.
I
Cool.
got kicked off of a donor list for having ulcerative colitis. They found a match for me for donating. So I think it is true, because any condition you have, apparently you can pass on to the person if you do a stem cell, any kind of stem cell.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
I have to jump off real quick. I got to run into Home Depot, but I'll come back on in a little while. That's okay.
No worries. Yeah,
Yep.
we'll let you right back in whenever you're ready.
All right, I'll see you in a bit.
Okay.
Bye.
All right,
Bye.
moving on. Cool. Thanks, Danny, for sharing that. That's super fascinating. So that confirms our guesstimations.
Yes, it does. That's super cool. Thank you so much. So the master map, let's talk about it. So you can find this on Google if you want to look at it in more detail. There are iridology maps out there, so you can take a peek if you want to see all of these crazy areas, but you'll see, so right around the pupil, we've got the GI tract and the whole intestinal area, different areas of,
Sorry, we're back.
okay, different areas of the colon here. And then right outside of that is the autonomic nerve wreath that represents our nervous system. So when you look at a regular eye, some of them may be more jagged and like protruding out, and some of them may be tighter and more round. And that just means that you've experienced less like nerve related issues in your life, less trauma, less emotional situations. And then outside of the nerve wreath is where all of the organs and glands lie. Here you'll see the heart and the pancreas and the thyroid, and the pons and the pituitary and all those things. And then on these outer rims here, the middle zone, that's the lymph zone. And that's where you'll also see some of these other organs like the kidneys. The thyroid has a few different areas, the liver. So it really encompasses the whole body, very specifically so. So when we do iridology, we take the picture of the iris that's super blown up, and then we'll overlay this graph on there. And then we use an app where we can change the transparency on things. So you can kind of make it more transparent to see what's going on more in the eye, and then less transparent so that you can look at the map and see exactly where it's placed on the map. So it's pretty cool stuff. And then I just wanted to point out quickly what we're looking for in the eye. There's a lot of different things, but one of the main elements are lacunas, which are these little kind of gem-shaped, what do you call it? It's just it's a gem shape. And it's an area of degradation. It represents degradation in the body. And again, these can be acute, subacute, chronic, or degenerative. This is a subacute to chronic lacuna. And some of them are open and some of them are closed. If they're open, they are free flowing and there's still nutrients flowing into that area of the body. they're closed, that means that that area, that specific area, is no longer getting the nutrients that it needs from the rest of the system.
And another thing that we look at is something called a gastric ring. So you can see right around the pupil, in a healthy body, there actually won't be this ring around the pupil, that won't be there. But when there is a ring, if it's a white ring like this one, or a lighter colored ring, this is signifying an overacidic stomach. And if it's a dark ring, like a dark gray ring, it's an underacidic stomach. Both of these are meaning that there's malabsorption of nutrients. So just something else that we can look at. All right. Moving on from iridology. Woo, principles of feeling great. So just to touch back, I'm going to go back to the last iridology slide. I do want to just say that Ilse and I both offer iridology readings. So if this is something that has interested you, reach out to either one of us, and we do, when we can talk to you about our different options, we can do kind of more just less detailed readings, or we can go really deep and pull out every single thing that we see. So just reach out to either of us if you'd love to have your eyes read. We would love to do that for you. There's a lot, as you can see, to be seen. Okay. Principles of feeling great. So moving forward, we don't want to just leave you hanging now that you've had this amazing month. You're probably feeling so much better than you were when you began. And you're probably asking yourself, like most of us do at the end of this, like, okay, well, now what do I do? So a really great rule of thumb to follow is the 80-20 rule. So as you move forward and you transition back into like your normal non-detoxing lifestyle, if you think about having 80% of what you eat and drink being alkaline, meaning fresh fruits, fresh and raw fruits, veggies, and herbs, then 20% of what you're eating can be, in the acidic realm, or, what I like to call indulgent. So if you keep this ratio, your body should feel pretty good, because, the more alkaline you eat, the better. But the reality of the world we live in, it's pretty tricky to eat 100% of the time just raw fruits and veggies for the rest of your life. So this is a really great ratio that we like to keep in mind, and we encourage you to as well.
The principles of feeling great. Fruits in the morning. This is a really great trick that I like to use on a day-to-day basis to get a big chunk of your 80% in the day. So eating fruits until noon is a wonderful way to hydrate your body and also give yourself power-packed nutrients. And I know a lot of us are like, oh my God, just fruit. That would drive me crazy. And I felt that way at one point too, but the more fruit that you eat, I think you might be surprised at how good you start feeling. So I did want to illuminate some super fruity powers that these fruits have here. Melons, eat melons alone and first thing in the morning before any other fruit. And this is because melons digest super fast. They digest within like 10 to 15 minutes of eating them. They're like completely processed through. So if you eat them on top of other food, even other fruits, that means that they are going to cause that putrefaction in the stomach and attract unhealthy bacteria and parasites in there. They can be more hydrating than water, especially watermelons, incredibly good for hydration. It protects against sunburn, which I didn't know until recently. Very cool. It's packed full of beta carotene, vitamin C, and so many electrolytes for your body, sodium, potassium, calcium, and magnesium. And cantaloupe, not only does it also protect against sunburn, but it supports your immune system. It reduces inflammation, and it's high in folate and B3, which are both really great for you. Oranges here contain 170 different phytonutrients and more than 60 known flavonoids, and flavonoids are full of antioxidants. They're really good for you. They're also known to reduce inflammation, shrink tumors, and inhibit blood clots, so reversing acidosis in the body. The Hespecidin. Hespecidin. Sorry, guys. I can speak English. What a word, though. It can help lower blood pressure and cholesterol. And it's great for the digestive support system. It has calcium and vitamin C and strengthens the immune system as well. And oranges really help make your skin look youthful and strong and healthy. So that's another little perk. Red grapes are super potent and powerful for detoxification. They're packed full of antioxidants. They have anti-inflammatory properties. They are incredibly astringent, so really good for kidney cleansers. They contain vitamin C, vitamin K, and polyphenols in them, all really good stuff. They're profound for the heart and blood systems and revitalize all of those areas. They've got resveratrol, antioxidants, quercetin, and other polyphenols to keep platelets from sticking together. And they are anti-cancer, antiviral, and great for arthritis, osteoporosis, and anemia as well. Grapes are super power-packed and awesome. A couple more here. Apples. I've been eating so many apples recently, and like I have also found that not all apples are equal. I found a certain apple recently that I was like, this is the apple for me. So I encourage you to go out and keep eating apples, because I have not been an apple person for a while because I don't like some of them. And then I found this Cosmic Crisp that I can't get enough of. I'm like obsessed.
I knew you were going to say that.
You like the Cosmic Crisp?
Well, they're hard to find. There's a new one on the market. That's what somebody told me. I met this agriculture guy here, and he said Cosmic Crisps are the new one on the market. They're this year's apple, because they hybridize them to make like better and better tasting. So now, like, I remember that Gala apples used to be like the best ones that you could get, and now,
yeah, the Galas are good too, and I really like the Pink Ladies, but the Cosmic Crisp really just did it for me. I was like, okay, I'm sold. I'm eating apples every day.
I can't find any organic ones right now.
Man, I've got a bunch of them. I'll send them to you.
And then my partner bought Fuji apples. Sorry to hijack your little thing.
No, it's all good.
He bought some Fuji apples, and he didn't buy organic, and they taste terrible. We won't even eat them.
Oh, that sucks.
Can't. Sad.
Yeah.
Your body's so alkaline, it knows. It's like, nope, I don't want that.
So yeah, apples are awesome for you. They are an overall tonic for the system, really soothing. They contain pectin, which is a fiber that's great for the digestive tract and supports immunity as well. And research suggests that apples actually lower the risk of Alzheimer's, which is super cool. They contain vitamin C, copper, magnesium, potassium, iron, manganese, phosphorus, and trace minerals. Blueberries are high in antioxidants. Everybody knows blueberries are great, but they've got tons of phytonutrients in them. They're really good for the urinary tract and for brain rejuvenation specifically. And they contain the fiber, vitamin K, vitamin C, manganese, copper, and iron in them. Kiwis also have a lot of different vitamins in them. I didn't list them because I was running out of space here. But they remove excess sodium buildup, which I thought was really cool. And the enzymes soothe and repair the digestive system. And they're known to eliminate wrinkles, which is awesome. Grapefruits are amazing for you as well. All the citrus fruits are really good for you. But their pectin levels strengthen the blood vessels and the capillaries, so they're really good for your blood. They ease constipation, they improve digestion, they can reduce appetite as well. Great to eat for cancer, heart problems, strokes, blood circulation, and to support your nervous system as well. And they remove organic calcium buildup on the joints, preventing those calcium deposits, which cause joint pain. And it's interesting, since I started cleansing, I have been craving so many grapefruits, and I do have some calcium deposits. So I was like, that, the body's smart. I know what I need.
So as we dive into all of our fruits, there are just a few little things to keep in mind. Certain fruits don't digest well with others. So sweet fruits and acidic fruits in general, you should not eat them together. So acidic fruits are things like strawberries, kiwis, oranges, grapefruits, lemons, all the citrus fruits, pomegranates and pineapples. And sweet fruits are things that are like really sweet and sugary, almost like starchy like. So bananas, figs, dates, persimmons. So those things you don't want to combine. Otherwise, subacidic fruits, which are most fruits, grapes, peaches, all the stone fruits, apples, pears, cherries, mangoes, those can be eaten with either acidic or sweet, so you're good to go. And as Ilsa has already said, melons, they digest super fast, so always just eat melons by themselves. And papayas count as a melon, so just eat those alone so they don't get stuck in a fermentation process.
I have to leave. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay, Danny. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
We love
Thank
you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye. So moving forwards, I know we talked about this a little last week, but I just wanted to wrap it up here because this is our final session of Spring for Your Health. But we are still here to support you. If you have questions and curiosities moving forwards, please reach out at any time. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. Iridology readings, as Heidi was saying earlier, if you would like your eyes read, we are both professionals and ready for it and would love to help you figure out what's going on in your body through the eye. Diving deep into a regenerative journey, if anybody feels like they want to go deeper and they've just touched like the tip of the iceberg, that's also something that we can help you learn more about and kind of explain what that looks like for you as far as what the next step would be. Investigate the fun add-ons that we talked about last time, or go on the Purium website and check it out, you know, and see if anything speaks to you, because it's really fun diving into their different products. There's so many different things for all sorts of body parts and conditions and ailments. So it gets to be more and more fun the more things that you try. We also have a bunch of educational resources for you if you want to learn more about a specific condition in the body and how to address it in the best way. You should follow us on YouTube, Rise Up Wellness -- Regenerative Health, because we are going to be doing some videos every other week or so. We're going to be posting something about a specific condition and what's the root cause of that condition and how to address it. So that should be exciting. And set up your smart order if you haven't already to ensure your deep daily nourishment, in addition to ongoing future discounts and free products, because that's fun, you know? Yeah. And with that, you did it! So congratulations. Again, this wasn't easy. You guys are killing it. And thank you so much for sticking with it for yourself. And I'm so proud of you. So congratulations.
Yes. And just coming back in, thank you all so much for taking this journey with us, for entrusting us with your health journey. And it's been such an honor and a pleasure to share this knowledge with you. And please spread the word, share anything that you've learned that's inspired you, share it with others. There's so many of us that are suffering and we don't need to be. So yeah. Oh, well, thank you, Ilse. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Have a beautiful day.